Typing what you're grateful for. Okay, so yes, this is your girl Nikki Knows Now here for the Wealthier World, chairwoman here. I'm super honored, super grateful. And today's mindset call, guys, is entitled, What Are You Believing For? I want you to write that down. What are you believing for? That's today's mindset. We're going to strip this back. We're going to go really, really basic. Really basic, because I believe we need to set a new foundation. The second half of the year has started, and some of us have started to realign our goals, reset our goals, evaluate the first 6 months of the year, and really start to see some of the shifts that's taking place. We've seen some massive results already in the first 6 months, and now we're looking at ending the rest of this year, 2021. How many of you, can't even believe that we are here ready, almost starting 2022, guys? Like, this has gone so fast, but we are honored and blessed. Some people didn't make it this year, some people didn't make it last year, and so it is such an honor and a privilege to be able to set goals, to be able to really understand that when there is life, there is hope. Can somebody just type that in the chat? When there is life, there is hope. When there is life, we have another opportunity, another chance to be able to do what it is that we want to do. And shout outs to Bev, happy belated birthday to you. I saw that you was looking nice and 50 and all them things there, Bev. Congratulations. You don't look a day over 30, honey. You're looking nice and young and fresh and all them things. It's a grateful, how grateful are we to celebrate another birthday, another anniversary, another season, the children and all of those nice things. Weddings I know have been taking place over the last few weeks and all different types of stuff. Today the government opened that we are open. They announced that we're open. We don't have to wear masks if you don't want to. Some people are saying, you know what, I'm just going to be safe and I'm going to keep wearing my mask. Some people are like, yo, I ain't wearing the mask no more. And there's a freedom about today where people have now got the freedom of choice to make a decision based on what they want to do. So today's mindset, guys, is entitled, What Are You Believing For? What are you believing for? So as we look for the next 6 months, and shout out to all of you guys that watched the belief video that I did on Instagram, and I left some instructions for you guys to really understand the vision. What's the vision of your teams? What's the vision for yourself? What's the vision that you have over the next 6 months, over the next year? And some of you guys have messaged me and sent me your plans, and sent me, some of you guys have watched it with your team. Some of you have watched it individually and have sent me some of your actions that you're taking place. So I'm truly grateful for you to let me know that the mentorship isn't going to waste, that you guys are really using that. So shout out to all you guys that have got back to me about that. And so I wanted to really reset for us, guys, and especially for those of you that have just joined the Wealthier World. What is our vision? What is our vision? Now, our vision starts with something called project. Anybody know what project we are currently in right now? What is the vision for the Wealthier World? What are we all aiming for, guys? Project 5,000. This is where we want to impact 5,000 lives, and we are 2,000 deep right now, guys. And so we are 5,000 is the target, guys. That's what we want to do. Project 5,000 is simply where we want to impact the lives of 5,000 individuals. And this is something big to us. Why? Because we understand that when we have 5,000 individuals earning substantial amounts of money, being able to transfer skill sets into tangible assets, then we can rebuild our community. We can get out there and help the young boys. We can send back things back home to different countries, Africa, Caribbean, wherever we're from across the world, and we can really make a tangible impact. And so this is all about impact over income, but we got to put in the work. We got to believe that that vision is done. We got to believe that each and every one of us, you see, we have 113 people on this call right now, guys. And I want to tell you, out of the 2,000 that we have currently in the Wealthier World, you guys are the top 5%. You guys are the top 5%. And so if we only get the 5%, even the 1% of the Wealthier World to be a part of this massive vision, to be a part of believing, because it's all about what you're believing for. And we did the last, one of the last mindset calls that I did with you guys. I really spoke to you guys about the impact that you're personally making towards that Project 5000. What is your personal participation towards that Project 5000? Is it that you are, actively speaking to people about this opportunity? Is it that actually your participation is making sure the Zoom links in your group chat, people always know what time to get on the calls? Is your participation simply answering questions if anybody has a question? Every single one of us have a part to play. And we use the example of the janitor in NASA. You guys remember that? The janitor in NASA, who, when he was asked by the president, what do you do here? He didn't just say, I'm a cleaner. He said, I helped to put the first man on the moon. Every single person should be a part of this vision, Project 5000. And so I urge you guys, I'm going to give you some takeaways as we go through this call today. But the first takeaway I'm going to ask you is to really, if you don't know the part that you play, towards Project 5000. I don't care if you've been here 1 minute. I don't care if you've been here 10 years. All right. You need to understand the part that you play. Every single person in the wealthier world is playing a part towards this Project 5000. Now, you want to hope that you're playing a positive part towards the Project 5000, right? You don't want to be taken away from the Project 5000. You want to be adding to the Project 5000. So as a team, as a family, what part of the Project 5000 are you currently participating in? What's the role that you play? What's the part that you play? Now, I don't want you to diminish. It doesn't matter how big, how small, but what's the part that you play towards this Project 5000? Right, I've personally committed to sending 100 barrels down to Jamaica this year. All right, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. I've had a few people in the wealthier world reach out to me. Some want to send barrels to parts of Africa. Some are going to be sending barrels to different parts of, where they come from. And it's amazing to see that, this vision of mine has now come alive, because, we all know that the Bible says when 2 or 3 agree, okay, many things are able to get done. So it's incredible. So please, guys, just really, really think about the part that you play when it comes to the Project 5000, the vision, the mission of what it is that we have going on for this year. So here's the thing, guys. The title is, what are you believing for? What are you believing for? What are you really believing for? Because, I know a lot of us, whether you call it, faith, whether you call it belief, we really get to a place where we pick and choose what we believe in, right? And, I want to really work and really, I want to take my time with this word, because I don't want to offend anybody and I don't want to be misunderstood when I talk about this. And I'm going to be also giving a personal testimony as an example of what it is that I'm talking about. And what I'm going to tell you right now, guys, is not something that I'm guessing. It's not something that I'm just making up off the top of my head. This is something that I have done, right? This is something that I have done, and I promise you it works. Right? I promise you it works. And if you take notes and apply what it is that I'm going to tell you to do today, I'm telling you, you're going to have a transformational next 90 days. The next 90 days is going to be transformational. Anybody receive that right now? I don't know. Like, sometimes we're so used to receiving negativity that when the positivity comes, we don't even want to receive it. Right? And so I want to teach you guys how to receive the positivity when it comes, because you got to really be able to catch. You got to catch certain things. When you're believing for something, you got to make sure that you claim it, you receive it, right? Whatever you put in onto this call is what you're going to take away, guys. All right. So I want to understand what we're believing for. And so when I said at the, just now, that sometimes we pick and choose what we believe, because I understand that, there's a lot of people on this call right now that believe in God, that believe in, the Holy Spirit, etc., etc. And I just want to take a moment just to really ask you this question. For those of you that do believe, all right, I want you to really think about this, right? And I promise you, when I started to think about this, there was anything that could have made me have low self-esteem or a self-doubt wiped out of my head straight away. I'm going to give you something right now. If you've ever felt self-doubt, or if you've ever worried about anything, or if you've ever stressed about anything, what I'm going to tell you right now will be able to help you All right. So if you're a believer on this call, first of all, I want to ask you this. How many of you believe, all right, that Mary was a virgin? How many of you believe that she conceived through the Holy Spirit, that she gave birth as a virgin, right? You believe that. You believe it. You swear by it. It's something that, us as Christians, for those of you that will go to your grave knowing that this woman was a virgin, right? She was a virgin and she had a baby. She gave birth to the Messiah, the Savior, Jesus, right? Now, this is what I don't understand. Because if we can believe something like, how many of you, we got men on the call, how many of you men on this call, if your wife came to you and said that she was pregnant, she didn't cheat on you, but she was just the Holy Spirit came upon her and now she's pregnant with a baby, how many of you now would believe your wife? Where are the men on the call? Where are the men on the call? Because when we heard this story, Kayan said, no, straight away. Kayan, behave yourself, right? How many of you will believe that from your wife, right? Now, this is the thing. Someone said I would ask her if there was only one. It's Pastor Victor asking questions, right? So I want you to really understand, whether you're a believer or not, I want you to just think about this, right? How many people in this day and age would believe their partner telling them that they didn't cheat, but they're pregnant, right? Many would not believe. They would say that you're lying. They would not believe. However, Christians, I'm a Christian, we believe that this woman was a virgin and gave birth to a baby. Now, if we can believe that with all our heart and soul and our passion, why can we not believe that God can make us a millionaire? Why will we not believe that God can help us improve our business? Why will we not believe that God can get us that promotion? Why will we not believe that God can help us? Because we've already proved our belief. We've already proved our faith, because we believe something that most people would never ever believe. And so if we can believe the unbelievable thing, because remember, faith is the substance of something not seen, right? So we don't have the physical sight, but we believe this with all our heart. We believe this. So if we can believe that, why can we not believe that every situation that we are in, that he's already got a plan? That there is already a divine reason, that things are working out for our good. Because if we understand just that, guys, I could end the call right now. If we understand that, we wouldn't be worried. We wouldn't start speaking negativity. We wouldn't be stressed. We would not have fear. We would not be panicking. And so when I ask you, what are you believing for? I want you to really have an honest conversation with yourself. Because how is it that we can believe the unbelievable? Sometimes we're ready to believe the negative quicker than the positive. And so why do we believe? Because it's written in the word, right? Those of you that read the Holy Book, it's written in the word, and we believe the word. Yes or yes? We believe the word. Now, if that part of the word we believe, that there was a baby born, what other parts of the word are you not believing? There's parts of the word that says that you are strong, you are mighty, you are above and not beneath. He is the author and finisher of your faith. That you can do all things. But we pick and choose the parts that we believe. And we tell ourselves things like, oh, I've got low self-esteem. But that's not what the word says. The word doesn't say you have low self-esteem. So we have to establish what words are we believing. Because you can't believe piece of a word. You can't believe half of the word. You can't have faith in piece of something and not have faith in all of it, because that's lukewarm. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. You got to know what it is that you believe. So what are you believing for? What are the promises that you're not believing in him for? What are the things that have been promised to you that you're actually having doubts about? Because I want to tell you this, when it comes to faith, guys, faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. And so belief is your faith, right? Belief is your faith. So if your hope and your belief system is in man, you're always going to get let down. If your belief system and your faith is in woman, you're always going to get let down. Your job, you're always going to get let down. Your business, you're always going to get let down. Your family, you're always going to get let down. But if your faith and your hope is on the word, nothing else can mess with you. Nothing else can take you out. Now, it's going to be hard, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. There's times when you're going to have to dig deep. But if you understand the word, if you understand the words that's been spoken over your life, if you understand the promises that has been given unto you, there's certain things that just can't knock you out. There's certain things that just you won't allow to come out your mouth. Let me just take my time with this so you guys get what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is belief or faith is spiritual. It's a spiritual thing, guys. This is why we work so much on mindset. Everything that you create will be created by the word. All right? I want you to understand that the word is spirit. It's not a physical thing. It's spirit, guys. And we already know that it first takes place where? In the spiritual before it shows up in the physical. Yes, Mary, I need to take my time with this. Because it's the spirit that gives life to what it is that you want in the physical realm. Right? Stay with me, guys. Don't get lost. What does the word say? In the beginning was the word. The word was with God and the word was God, right? All things were made by him. I want us to think about this, guys, right? He said, let there be light, and there was light. How many of you agree with that? He said, what does that mean, guys? That means it first was said out of his mouth first. That means before he said, let there be light, what must it have been? It must have been dark. It must have been dark for him to say, let there be light. So if there was darkness, guys, hold on, I'm going ahead of myself here. This is where I'm getting excited. This is exciting stuff. He didn't say, oh my God, it's dark. He didn't speak the reality. He spoke what he wanted to see happen, to the manifestation. So he said, let there be light. In order for there had to have been the light appear, there must have been darkness before. That must mean, guys, that in the moment of darkness, you don't speak darkness. You speak what you want to see. Now, let me just break this down for you. Let there be light, and there was light. What does that mean? That means that it first shows up in the spiritual, meaning the spiritual is where? Your mouth. What you are hearing, what you are speaking. Because if you're saying, let there be light, that means the light's not there yet. That means it had to be spoken first for it to then show up in the physical. What are you speaking out of your mouth? What are you speaking out of your mouth? Every single day, what are you speaking out of your mouth? Are you highlighting the darkness? Are you saying to yourself, oh my God, there's darkness? Because you create based on what you say, based on what you hear. Faith comes from hearing. So what you say out of your mouth is then what translates into your physical. There's a gentleman, I believe he's one of the richest men ever to live, my man called Solomon. And what does Solomon say? He says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So how often are you speaking about what it is that you want, what it is that you know you are? And how often are you speaking about your current situation? Oh, the back office has gone down. Oh my God, someone's quit my business. Oh my God, someone's having a heart. Why are you speaking your reality? You should be speaking about what it is that you want to see. Stop speaking about the darkness. Do we realize that we create with our mouth? If it says in the beginning was the word and the word was God, and in the beginning was the word, that means if he created us in his image, that means that we have the power to speak what it is that we want also. How many of you say that you got God inside of you? How many of you say that there's something on the inside of you that you know is yet to manifest? So if he is in you and we've been formed in his image, that must mean that we can create the same way he creates. And how does he create? Through his word. So what's the words that's coming out of our mouth? We have the ability to create in exactly the same way, guys. Don't let no one play you. Don't let no one make you think that you can't speak over yourself. You see, some of us are always waiting for somebody else to speak life into us. Sometimes you got to speak life over yourself. Sometimes you can't leave it to chance for your friend or your cousin or somebody to speak over you. Sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and speak life to yourself, because you have the power to create. You have the power to create anything that you want. What are you creating for your life right now? What words are you speaking that's forming your life right now? Now, let me tell you this, you can't see words, because remember, the word is the spirit. You can't see the words, but the words are a creative force over your life. I tell you this right now, that whatever you're doing, you spoke that. However you're living right now, you spoke that. You spoke that. I tell you this right now, that if we really understood the power of belief, we wouldn't say certain things. Certain things would never come out of our mouth. I want you all right now, on your piece of paper that you're writing down, I want you to write down the desire. What's your desire? What's your desire for your life today? Anything you like, I want you to write that down. I want you to write down the desire of your heart. What is it that you really want? Because we know that faith comes from hearing, right? We understand this law, that you become what you think about. And so how many of you have your goal card? How many of you really know what you desire for your life? Write on your piece of paper right now what the desire is for your life. What is it that you want? Because the word says that your world is framed by your words. And so we got to get used to seeing the words, writing the words, being the word. At the beginning of this call, I asked, who's believing for something big this year? If you're believing for something big this year, make it known in the chat box. Make it known in the chat box if you're believing for something big this year. Not no small things. I'm talking about you desire something real big this year. Make it known in the chat box. And I want to ask you guys, how often are you confessing this? How often are you speaking this out of your mouth? How often are you seeing it? Because it's only going to show up in the physical after it showed up in the spiritual, after you speak it every day, after you believe it. Seeing is believing. You guys hear that saying? Are you seeing it all around you? Do you have pictures? Are you saying it out of your mouth every single day? Because if you're not confessing it every day, it ain't going to show up. Because this is the law. It was first spoken. It's first in the spirit before it comes into reality. How many of you have ever listened to Mr. David Imanaite, who talks about, this very chair that I'm sitting on was first in someone's mind first before it became a physical chair. Someone had to think it first. It doesn't show up in the physical if it's not showing up spiritually first. So what are you believing for? Are you genuinely believing big? Because you have the power to create, ladies and gents. But you got to be clear on what you want. You have to be so clear on what you want so that certain things can't come out of your mouth. You see, if you were so clear on what it is that you want, certain people couldn't even be around you. Certain words can't go into your head. Thank you, Mary. I knew it was a scripture. Hebrews 11. The world was framed by your words. I know my Bible, people. We know my word. Because when the enemy comes, I need to know how to speak the word over my life. I spoke this house into existence. I spoke my car into existence. I spoke my children's private schools into existence. I don't expect no one to shout me out in the chats. I get it. It's not your house. It's not your car. I don't expect you to celebrate me. But let me tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this. When I go to church, and this is why I have a lot of problems with church folk, guys, because I don't just want to read the word, I want to be the word. So if my word tells me that he's going to give me exceedingly and abundantly all things, then I must see that come up in the physical. But I have to believe it in the spiritual. I have to speak it. I have to have the pictures on my phone so that I can show that this works. Believing works. It works. Ain't no one tell me nothing. No one can tell me that believing don't works. And so I get it. I see some people, like I've had people come to me, Nikki, you're always talking about believing. You're always talking about, really all the spiritual side. But they don't understand that this is the key. Because if you can get control over your mind, how many of you ever suffer from depression? How many ever suffer from low self-esteem? All these things. It's the mind. Why is it that you are under attack right now? Why is it that your belief system is the first thing that goes? Is because the enemy knows that if they can get your belief system, if they can get you speaking the words that are against where it is that you're going, you then block the blessing. You then turn around what it is. Let me take it another way, guys. When you physically don't see what it is that you've been speaking, you change your confession. You start speaking negative. You don't speak what it is that you want. You speak what it is that you see. So guess what? If you speak your past, that's why your past is your reality. That's why your past reoccurs. That's why your past keeps happening, because what you speak out of your mouth becomes your reality, becomes your future. I want you guys to understand how deep this stuff is. What are you believing for? Even when the physical does not match up, do you keep speaking, let there be light, or do you highlight the darkness? What are the conversations you're having? Because your hearing is based on the environment, the people that you're around, the places that you hang out. When you start taking yourself to the next level, guys, there's certain places that you will just feel uncomfortable. Certain conversations, if I hear any conversation that is not the word, because remember, the word is truth, right? The word is what is happening first. And so if I hear any conversations that's not in alignment with the word, I'm blocking you. I ain't got time for it. I don't want those type of words, man. I have no space for words that are not in alignment with the promises of God. There is no room. Some of you are allowing people to seep into your mindset. Some of you are allowing negativity to come into your mind to take you off track from what you're believing, and then you change your confession. One day, that's why so many people can go, oh, I'm just going to trade. I'm not going to build anymore, because you allow people quitting their business to let you quit your business. It makes no sense. They change their confession, so you change yours. You see a trade that goes bad and you now change your confession. You stop saying, I'm so happy and grateful now, I'm going to have $1 million in my trading account. You had a few bad days and all of a sudden you start changing what's coming out of your mouth. And guess what happens? You get what you talk about. You get what you are saying. So if you are not liking what's showing up in your life right now, guess what, guys? You spoke it. We got to start catching ourselves in the act. We got to start stopping ourselves. You see, I remember someone at church said to me, Nikki, you're a bit too much. You're affirming too much money. Don't come to me with that. The vision is big. The vision is big. I can't say I'm a child of a king and I don't live like royalty. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't come to play church. I didn't come to play the word. I came to be the word. And some of you say that you believe, some of you say that you know the word, but you don't be the word. When you are the light, when you understand the word over your life, there's certain things that just can't faze you. There's certain people that just can't get close to you. There's certain things you just won't expose yourself to because you understand the words are so important about your life. The words that are spoken around you, to you, near you are so important for your destiny. I don't understand. I don't understand how people who say they believe pick and choose what it is they believe. What are you believing for? You cannot receive anything that you haven't heard. It's impossible. It's impossible. So whatever you receive in your life right now, whatever you have in your life right now, you spoke it. You spoke it. Whatever it is in your life right now, you spoke it. That's facts. And so if you don't like what you see, you got to change what you say. You got to change what you believe. You got to change what you're seeing on a day-to-day basis. But the problem is, guys, is instead of saying what you want, you're saying what you see. And if you say what you see, you continue to see what it is that you say. Some of you are going to catch that tomorrow. If you continue to say what you see, you are going to continue to see what you say. Stop, guys, highlighting the darkness. Don't say, I'm going to be rich. I am rich. I'm going to have that house. I have the house. Because if you keep saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm going to, next year you're still going to, the year after you're still going to. But if you say, I am, that's why we have affirmations. That's why we declare, I am rich. I am wealthy. I am a 6-figure trader. I am a 7-figure trader. I am, earning 7 figures with my ECX store. I am abundant. I am amazing. I am a businesswoman. I am confident. I am proud of myself. I am a G in the charts. You got to speak it as you want it. You got to say what it is that you want. Stop speaking what you see. See it sometimes in the chats. People say, guys, my account, help. I'm very, very particular with my words. I'm very, very particular with my words, guys. When you start declaring things, some people got to look at you like you're crazy. Some people look at you and they think, wow, you don't even realize that how you speak is what you attract. So you're wondering why you keep attracting those fake friends. Have a look at your language. You're wondering why you're attracting people that don't seem to have no ambition. Have a look at your language. Are you oozing desperation? Are you oozing anybody come? It's a free for all. Come and talk to me. What are you oozing? What's your energy? Do you believe that there's something big for you this year? What are you believing for, ladies and gents? What are you believing for your life? Because I tell you this, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you got to be careful what you speak, because it can work for you and it can work against you. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, guys. Who wrote down their desire just now? I asked you guys to write down their desire. Who wrote down their desire? Raise your hand for me if you wrote down your desire. I want to see if we can pull up a few. Raise your hand. Raise your Zoom hand. Just give you 15 seconds to declare your desire. Come on, guys. We're here to do the word. Not just hear the word. We're here to be the word. It's time to profess it. It's time to say your testimony. Right, I got one person. Raise your Zoom hand. All right, let me see if I can get you guys. Raise your Zoom hand for me. We got Figgy up here first. What's the desire for you, Figgy? Tell everyone on this call right now.
I am so happy and grateful now that I live in a spacious penthouse apartment by the sea.
Come on, let's go. Thank you.
By 2024.
Nah, you messed up now. You messed up.
Nah.
You messed up now. Because you said I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I live by the sea.
I do live by the sea.
Yeah, penthouse by the sea, right? Yeah. I don't want to hear the rest. It's you're manifesting it every day. I don't want to hear the rest.
Okay.
I'm so happy and grateful now that I got my penthouse by the sea. I have my penthouse by the sea. I have my penthouse by the sea. Every day, I have my penthouse by the sea. I'm so happy and grateful now I have my penthouse by the sea. Who else we got? Mary, let's go. See if we get Mary. I got Esther as well. Let's unmute.
I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm accepting and promoting 15 P1000s by Wednesday, the 8th of December, 2021. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm Mary Reid and my wise trade a minimum of £100 by the 31st of July 2021. And it's progressive from there, my trading account.
Right, it's cutting out a little bit, but I heard P1000s and trading account.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's chipping in and out there, Mary.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm accepting and promoting 15 P1000s by Wednesday, the 8th of December, 2021. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm Mary Reid. I'm a wise trader earning a minimum of £100 consistently daily in my trading account by the 31st of July, 2021.
All right, yeah, I can hear it now. All right, so what I want you to do, Mary, I want you to scrap the dates. This is radical. I want you to scrap the dates. Scrap the dates.
Oh.
I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've promoted 15 Platinum 1000s. Done.
That's it.
That's it. Done. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning £100 a day in my trading account. Done. End. Scrap the dates. Because it needs to be a physical thing that you're grateful for. It's happened now. You're in the now. If you're saying 2021 December, your mind is not grateful for it yet because it hasn't happened. When you're saying, I'm happy and grateful now, it's done now. You're in the feeling of it happening now. You're now connecting to the emotion. You now give gratitude for it happening now. See what I'm saying? I want you guys to feel it now, that it's done now. It's already done now. Right, we got KN.
New cards.
We get KN up.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman.
All right, cool. Chairman what?
Chairman, now I'm 10.
All right, you said in there. I don't hear no ums. Come stronger than that, KN. Come on.
I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman 10.
There we go. I am a chairman.
Yeah, I'm a chairman.
There you go. I want you to say it with your belly, bro. I'm a chairman.
I am a chairman.
See it there. And you know what I love? I love the fact that we got people in the chat box celebrating everybody because, you know, celebration is a big thing. It's such a big thing that a lot of people don't understand because what you celebrate is what you attract. And we already know that the word says when 2 or 3 are gathered, when 2 or 3 are in agreement, it's already done. It shows up, right? So let me see. We got Kimberly there and I think we got Esther, then Dion and Gary.
Hi, I am so happy. Well, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a chairwoman 10. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a Go Live educator.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we got Esther next. Let's go.
I am happy and grateful now that I live a luxurious life without any worry of price because I can afford it.
Come
I am
on.
happy and grateful now that I eat healthily and exercise every day.
There we go. Gary.
Hey, Nikki, I'm happy and grateful now that I am a chairman and I'm helping at least 15 individuals because I'm going to identify in my team to ensure that they hit Platinum 1000 because if I can do it, I can help them do it. That's as simple as that. And it's done.
It's done.
And so on. It's done.
It's done. How many P1000s was that? I missed that.
15 P1000 minimum.
Minimum 15 P1000s. Okay, got it. All right, Gary, I don't want you to say I'm helping. I've helped. This is done, right? I've helped 15 P1000s. I'm a chairman. It's done.
Done. It's done.
All right, let's get Dion. Done.
Good evening, everyone. So I am so happy and grateful now that I don't need a walking stick. I am happy and grateful now that I am a 6-figure trader. Thank you, Lord. It is done.
It is done. Let's go. It is done. There is a difference. And those of you that gave your affirmations just now, shout out to you guys. Thank you. Can you just put in the chat, wasn't there a key difference by saying it like that than saying it in the future? I want you to really visualize this. And for those of you that didn't, say anything or didn't speak, but you've got yours written down, I want you to practice this, guys. I want you to get into the mindset that it's already done. Right? I want you to imagine it's already done, right? I don't want you to think about it being done. It's already done because there's a different gratitude in your mind when you understand, when you connect with the emotion. When you connect with the emotion of something already done, you then understand that it doesn't matter what happens in the physical because you've already got there in the spiritual. If you don't get there in the spiritual, if your mind isn't grateful for it already, it's not going to show up in the physical, guys. You got to get your mind in the game. You got to get your mind believing that it's already done. I want you to imagine, guys. I want you to imagine right now. I want you to, if you have to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you can just think, if you want to look up, whatever you want to do, I want you to imagine right now what you put on that piece of paper, the desire that you have is done. It just got done just now. I want you to imagine that it just got done just now, that it just manifested, the back office just updated, the house just came, the car just arrived outside your house. I want you to imagine the emotion. Who will you be smiling with? Who will you be connecting with? I want you to see it, visualize it, connect with the emotion right now. Guys, I want you to feel it right now in the spirit because until you feel it in the spirit, it's not going to show up in the physical. Imagine that desire is done. How are you feeling right now, guys? Really get into it. I want you to think about it. Think about it like it's just arrived, like it's just showed up right now. It's just showed up in the physical. You've been manifesting this for ages and now it's finally showed up. Now it's finally showed up. This is what you've been working towards. This is what you've been praying for. This is what you've been speaking for months, for days. It's been done. Today it is done. You finally got there. You finally achieved it. It's finally showed up for you. I want you to feel it emotionally. Feel the gratitude. Feel grateful for it. Feel like, oh my gosh, like, no, yo, I can't wait to tell my mama. I can't wait to everybody to see that this stuff works. Believing works. It showed up today. Now, I want you to right now, guys, guys to react as if you've just realized it showed up. I want you to react like you've just realized it showed up. What are you gonna do? Mary, I see you. Some of you guys are sitting down. I don't understand. Like, this is me, guys. Like, yo. Let's go! Woo! No, almighty. Some of you, I don't think you guys are believing with me right now. I want you to imagine that thing has just showed up. Are you going to be so reserved like that? You're going to be literally sitting there like trying to be cute. You've just got the know. You've just got the know that thing has showed up. It's just showed up. It's just showed up for you. The believing's worked. It's done. It showed up. How are you going to react? What's your mind saying to you right now? How do you feel? Because it's that feeling, guys, that you got to stay connected to every day. It's that feeling that you got to be associated with every day. That feeling that it's already done. It's already done, guys. It's already done. I promise you right now, it is already done because we understand. I wish I had 3 people on this call that knew what I'm talking about. We understand that whatever happens in the spiritual, it shows up. It shows up. Whatever happens in the spirit, it's the law. Whatever happens in the spirit, it has to show up. It has to show up. It can't not show up, guys. It has to show up. I don't know if you guys get what I'm talking about right now, guys. But it's got to show up. You got to control your mouth. This is how it works. The words create. The images make you see it, and then the emotions, the enthusiasm, the celebration seals it. And if you can only keep that connection, no distraction, no separation, no negative thoughts, no tongues against you. You see, when you want God to show up, you praise in the situation. You don't cry or complain or moan. You get excited and you celebrate as if it's already done. Your words are everything, God. You see, your words, they're seeds for feeling. These words, like I tell you now, there's a word in the Bible that talks about how, it talks about how God moves on the waters. Anybody know that scripture? He moves on the waters, guys. And we are 80% water. That means he moves on us. He's going to connect with us, guys. He wants us to anything that's dark, we need to avoid it. Anything that's dark in your life, it's time to avoid it. It's time to avoid anything that's dark. And it's time to start declaring what it is that you want, what it is that has already been done for you. And when you understand this, you don't talk anyhow. You catch yourself. You stop yourself. Let me remind you, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and all things, not small things, all things were made by him. Everywhere you go, people should see your glory because you have word in you. You are the word. So when you're feeling down, it's because you're lacking the word. You have the word in you. The word is you. The word is spirit, and it is you. Let there be light, and there was light. Guys, I don't know, I'm having a breakthrough right now. I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. Let there be light. That is the spiritual. That's the word. Let there be light. And then there was light. So the and Park it. Then there was light. What is then there was light? Then there was light. Is it showing up in the physical? Let there be light is the spiritual, but the word and in the middle is the time frame, the waiting. So what are you doing in the and moment? What are you doing during the and moment? In the and moment is the waiting. Let there be light, that's the spiritual. And the waiting, the time period, then there was light. What are you speaking over your life during the and period? I want you to get to a place where you believe what the word says about you. Stop believing, we believe what our parents, our teachers, our peers say about us, but I want us to get to a place where we believe what the word says about us. And anything that comes into contact with you that is not in alignment with what the word don't say that about me. No, that's not what the word says about me. What is it that stops you from living what the word says about you? You see, I'm going to end this right now with faith as little as a mustard seed. It can move mountains. Anyone heard that? Faith as little as a mustard seed. What does it mean? Does it mean that a physical mustard seed could move a mountain? No, that is spiritual. This is spiritual. A little tiny mustard seed isn't going to move a mountain, guys. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual force. So it says, if you have a little bit of the word, if you know the word, you can move any situation that you have. How many of you have a situation that's troubling you right now that you want to move? The word, the spirit. A small mustard seed, a small bit of the word can move any mountain, can move any situation. Have faith, guys. Have faith. And yes, the problem that you're having right now, it may be a business, it may be a friend, it may be a family member. Don't get me wrong, guys. Yes, we believe in them, but we believe the word. I believe the word. I believe in my friends. I believe the word. I believe in my family. Don't let that go over your head, guys. Some of you are believing your friends and family over what the word is saying over your life. And sometimes we're too quick to believe the negative things rather than to believe the positive things. Oh no, that's just for them. I can't do that. How many of you are like, oh no, I couldn't do chairman. I couldn't go chairman. I'm too busy, or I couldn't do what Nikki does. I couldn't do that, what Amina does every day on the mindset. I couldn't commit to that. I couldn't do this. How many of you talk yourself out of it because you're like, oh no, I don't think I can do it. I need you to believe the word over your life. But you're only going to go in a direction to what you can see, and what you can see is what I'm talking about spiritually. But the current situation that you have is not the final destination for your life. How many of you have a dream car, a dream house? Anyone? Anyone on this call? Anyone on this call have a dream car, a dream house? Your faith will position you for that grace. It's only going to show up based on what you believe. Let there be light. And there was light. The and is the time period, guys. You walk in the walk before it shows up. Celebrating, living it, being grateful in the and period. Can you celebrate it whilst it hasn't showed up in the physical? And let me tell you this, guys. And I can testify to this. He will give you even more than you can even imagine. I only wanted a 4-bedroom. I ended up with 6. I only wanted to be like 10 minutes from the sea. See it from my house. Exceedingly above and abundantly. Believing works. Believing works. Didn't realize. Said one child can go private school. They're all in it. Is it me? No. It's the grace of God. But there has to be some obedience. You have to know what the word is in order to benefit from the word. You have to know what the word is over your life in order to benefit from the word. You got to be grateful, guys. I heard a word say to me, Nikki, if you thank me in advance, I will advance you. And so right now, guys, I don't have time for my other testimony, but right now I'm believing for something big. How many of you is believing for something big right now? All things are possible to those who believe. And in less than 90 days, guys, it's done. He said it's done. He's going to do it. I want to see somebody on this call right now receive that. In less than 90 days, the desire that you have is done. In less than 90 days, whatever it is that you want is done. When 2 or 3 are gathered in agreement, it is done. And we're all in agreement right now that it's done, guys. Let me give you the acronym of belief and we're going to get out of here. B. Here we go. B equals bold. You got to be bold and you got to be brave. You got to see what you don't see. Keep speaking what it is that you want. Speak it into existence. Don't speak about the darkness. Speak the light. Let there be light. E, your expectations. You got to expect greatness. You got to expect mountains to be moved. What are your expectations? Raise. You see, if you only believe for here, that's as much as you can get. I want you to start believing up here. L, you got to live it. Take action. You can't change your confession, change what you do and say based on the reality that you see. You have to live it, guys. You must live it. You must live it. Celebrate in advance. Be grateful in the and period. Start celebrating others, celebrating like it's already done. You got to live it. You got to be it in the emotion. It's on me. It's my responsibility. It's my words. It's on me. Don't look for your neighbor, your next door, your cousin, your friend. No, you have to speak life over yourself. You have the power in your tongue. E, elevate. When we talk about elevating your circle, when you look at your friends, would you be happy for your children to be like your friends? If the answer is no, you got a problem. Who are you hanging around? And F is freedom. Freedom from fear. You then have that inner peace that no matter what happens, you already celebrated that it's already done. Despite what the reality is trying to show you. You know it's already done. And so what you do with your belief system is entirely up to you. It can work for your positive, it can work for you, or it can work against you. But I challenge you to raise your belief system. So as I close off this call, guys, we're going to end this call on gratitude. We're going to end this call knowing that it's already done. I challenge you to celebrate. I challenge you to celebrate as if it's already done. Project 5000 is alive. It is already done. The word says you can do all things, not small things, all things. It's already done. I'm celebrating like it's already done. I ain't changing the goal. Project 5000. 5,000 members of Wealthier World. We're going to have 50 testimonies of people quitting their jobs. 50 individuals have quit their jobs. Freedom. It's already done. Now, I don't know what you have to do in the physical, but I've given you the key, guys. So many people say, well, Nikki, how did you hit chairman so quick? Mind work. Mind work. Work on your mind. Work on your belief system. Know what the word says about you. You can do all things. You can speak to anybody. No one's better than no one. They ain't better than you. You can speak to them. You can do that home event. No one shows up, you do another one. You can do all things. It doesn't matter what happens in the physical. I know what the word says about me. So what are the actions that you're going to take, ladies and gentlemen? Because remember, it's not going to show up in the physical until it shows up in the spiritual. And how does it show up in the spiritual? Faith comes from hearing. What are you hearing is what's coming out of your mouth. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. He created you in His image, which means that you have the Word in you. And so He said, let there be light, and there was light. You have the power to create like He did using the Word. I challenge you to challenge you on the words that's coming out of your mouth, ladies and gents. And so as we end this call, guys, I just want to, before I end the recording, I just want to say to you guys that this is overflow season. That there's going to be that, I don't know if anybody felt it, but I'm telling you right now that this is overflow season. 7-figure earners coming out of Wealthier World. Nations and generations changed, saved, healed from the decisions that we've made today. Life being created, light being seen. Now I want to invite you to be a part of this movement because there's an everlasting peace and it's a beautiful place. Will you pick up the challenge? Will you make a decision to be a part of this movement? You got to do what you got to do. No fear. When you sit in this place, there's no fear. When you sit in this place, there's no lack. When you sit in this place, there is no low self-esteem. And I want you to cling on to the word that's over your life.